first of all wish to thank God for bringing our president safely to Angola. I wish to thank the president on behalf of the Ghanaian community for taking time off his busy schedule to meet with us. We are honored by your visit, Mr. President.
A year and a half ago, when I started my mission, I was met at the airport by the executive of the Ghanaian community. In a few days, they came also to the house, all of them, to come and give me a warm welcome. That warm friendship and hospitality that Ghana has become acclaimed for. So today, I am proud to call myself not just the ambassador of Ghana to Angola, but a member of the Ghanaian community in Angola. It is my pleasure and honor and privilege to welcome you, Mr. President, and your high-powered delegation to Angola. We are hopeful that this will be a new beginning in the relations between our two countries, as we have both set on a course of bringing development to our various peoples. Today, my only assignment here is to introduce the Ghanaian community in Angola and to give you a hearty welcome. Welcome.
Every now and then you have major talking points. The latest one is this problem that we have had in the Electricity Corporation. We inherited an arrangement by which the United States government, through the MCC, the Millennium Challenge Corporation, offered our country virtually $500 million worth of money for the reform of our energy sector. It was decided to concentrate largely on the reform of the Electricity Corporation of Ghana. And one of the conditions of the money was that we should get a private sector operator to partner with the Electricity Corporation to manage our electricity generation and distribution system. After a process of bidding and tendering, which left just one company in the field, an arrangement was made for that company to take over the running of the assets of ECG. Subsequently, we've discovered that some of the financial instruments that the company put in place were not in order. And as a result of that, we've had to suspend the concession until all the facts are established. A fundamental part of the agreement required that the private sector operator put up a guarantee to cover some $400 million worth of electricity supplies, so that at any one time, the bulk of electricity that is supplied to them, if for one reason or another they couldn't pay for it, the ECG, i.e. the government, would draw down on the guarantee to protect the handling of our assets. It turned out that there were problems with this guarantee, that therefore the protection that we should have in the transaction wasn't really there. So the matters came to a head. We decided the first thing to do was to protect the public assets by suspending the participation of this private sector operator, returning the assets to the control of ECG, whilst a process of investigation was being carried out. Earlier, 2 days ago, I sent a delegation to Qatar, which was the origin of the guarantee, to go and find out exactly what the situation is. They met them. And they're on their way back to Ghana. By the time I get back to Accra, they'll have brought us a report. Then we'll know exactly where we are. But it was necessary for us to act in this manner, to protect the public interest, to protect the assets. The ECG assets are in excess of 3 billion cedis. These are not assets that you can take lightly. So it's important that the country understands that these measures and initiatives were taken to protect the public interest and to make sure that potential delinquency, if that's what turns out to be, was nipped in the bud as soon as possible. It would be relatively easy sometimes in these situations to sleep to, afraid of what the public will say. Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? So you want to sweep it under the table, under the carpet, and let it. I don't think that's a good idea. It's better that these matters are brought into the public space for the country to know exactly what's going on, and therefore to be able to hold government to account for its stewardship. So it is on that basis that these actions were taken, and the process of ECG taking back control of the assets is ongoing. They will not disturb the flow and the distribution of electricity in the country. Then things will continue on a stable basis.